शिव की महिमा जग का आधार, पुकारे मन से भक्ति की धारा, नित्यानंद के संग सत्य का सहारा। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल, मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड का वास, गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव गूंजे गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन, भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हैं पल शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल, मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड वास, गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव गूंजे ये गगन, शिव की शक्ति अद्भुत है अगन, भक्ति का सागर लहरों का नाद, गुरु की कृपा से मिटे हर विवाद, शिव की त्रिनेत्र ज्ञान का दीप, मीनाक्षी की मूर्त भक्ति का संगीत, गुरु की शिक्षा जीवन का प्रकाश, नित्यानंद का नाम सच्चाई का आकाश। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल, मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक, जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक। जग सारा चमक। गुरु के चरणों में सारा संसार, शिव की महिमा जग का आधार, पुकारे मन से भक्ति की धारा, नित्यानंद के संग सत्य का सहारा। ओम नमः शिवाय जपते हर पल शिव की लीला अनोखा है खेल, मीनाक्षी संग दिव्यता की झल, गुरु के संग जग सारा चमक। पुराणों की कथाएं हर श्लोक में प्रकाश, शिव का तांडव ब्रह्मांड का वास, गंगा की धारा गुरु का उपदेश, नित्यानंद का प्रेम सब कुछ विशेष। हर हर महादेव।
Nithyanandam, and welcome to all those who are joining us for today's live Nithyananda Yoga. Do come and get settled down on your mat as we start the yoga session by chanting the Sadguru Vandanam, invoking the presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, to manifest through each and every one of us today. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtam Dvandvatitam Gaganasarvam Tattvamasya Nityam Vimalam Sarvajnasabodham Sadguru. The next is the chanting of the Shivamula mantra. The Shivamula mantra is the very soul of Paramashiva. When we chant the Shivamula mantra, Paramashiva directly manifests here through each and every one of us to make yoga happen for us. Because what is yoga? Yoga is not about just an exercise. It is not about getting some flexibility or getting some strength. But yoga is about manifesting the powers of Paramashiva, manifesting the state, space, powers, and being, the superconsciousness of Paramashiva. So when you come and start doing yoga today, you will see Paramashiva simply manifesting through you. To invoke that presence of Paramashiva, we will be chanting the Shiva Mula Mantra 11 times. Now, as we're chanting it, remember, chant it within your inner space. Do not verbalize it. Chant it internally. We will chant it loudly so that it's easy for you to follow along.
Om Ham Haum Shiva Yanama. Om Ham Shiva Yanama. Om Ham Shiva. Shiva Yanama. Om Shiva Yanama. Om Shiva. Om Shiva Yanama. Om Om Shiva Yanama. Om Shiva Yanama. Om Shiva Yanama.
With that, let us now enter into the Tattvachmanam, the ritualistic cleansing of the body and mind to become a pure vessel, ready to receive Paramashiva's energy. For the Tattvachmanam, you will need your Panchapatra Manudharini, the ritualistic cup and spoon used for pujas, filled with some fresh water. Place your right hand in the Gokarna Mudra, bending the index finger and slightly cupping your palm. Take one udharini of water, put it in the center of your palm. Sip the water that flows through the base of your palm at the end of each of the following mantras. Om Atmatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Vidyatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Shivatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Wash your hand. With the base of the right hand thumb, wipe your upper and lower lip from right to left along with the following mantra. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hand. With your right hand, index, middle and ring fingers joined together, touch above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Wash your hand. With the right hand, index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril, left nostril. Ring finger and thumb joined together, touch your right eye, right ear and left ear. Wash your hand. With the base of the right hand, thumb and little finger joined together, touch your navel center, right chest, left chest. With all the fingers of your right hand joined together, touch the top of your head, right shoulder, left shoulder, and your heart center. With that, we'll be entering into the Sankalpa, the creation of the conscious intention. What do you want to manifest as we do Nithyananda Yoga today? Hold that intensely in your inner space, and when we do the Sankalpa, we call those cosmic energies, Swamiji, Paramashiva, to manifest that for us as we do Nithyananda Yoga today. So let us now do the Sankalpa. Place your right hand over your left and clasping your palms together, place them on top of your right thigh in the Sankalpa Mudra. As we get started for today's Sankalpa.
Om Namo Patta Samasta दुरितक्षयद्वारा भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थम श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थम च शुभे शोभने मुहूर्ते अद्य ब्रह्मणः द्वितीय परार्धे श्री श्वेतवराह कल्पे वैवस्वतमन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशत्तमे नित्ययुगे प्रथमे पादे जम्बूद्वीपे भारतवर्षे भरतखण्डे मेरोः दक्षिणे पार्श्वे शकाब्दे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सराणां मध्ये विश्वावसूनां संवत्सरे दक्षिणायने श्रीलक्ष्मी वेंकटेश्वर ऋतौ शुभमासे शुभपक्षे शुभतिथौ शुभवासरयुक्तायां शुभनक्षत्र शुभयोग शुभकर्ण एवं गुणविशेषण विशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ श्री कैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्री मीनाक्षी सुन्दरेश्वर परशिवपुत्र ज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगम सारभूत प्रवक्त्र श्रीमन् परमशिव चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्माण दीक्षा विलापवर्ष जीवोत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु शबरशाक्यादि महांधकार निवारणि वीक्षण छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्त्र सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिना अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी गुणधृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ ऋणवत्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रचित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान पीठ कर्त्र साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वतमनिक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक अनुधर्म शासन सूर्य वंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य बोधाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणि साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपर कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्ममुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरु श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत् परमहंस आचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमद् जगद्गुरु श्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां प्रीत्यर्थं तेषां पादारविन्दयोः भक्तिसिद्ध्यर्थं गुरुकृपाकटाक्षसिद्ध्यर्थं क्षेमस्थैर्यवीर्यविजयारोग्यैश्वर्याणाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थकाममोक्षचितफलपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थं मम समस्तदुर्गोपशान्त्यर्थं समस्तमङ्गलाप्त्यर्थं भगवत् श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव प्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञानवैराग्यजीवनमुक्तिप्राप्त्यर्थं पूर्ण आरोग्ययुक्त दृढगात्र यौगिक शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थम परमशिवशक्त्याविष्करणार्थम नित्यानंद योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये.
Now wash your hands, the water comes from the bathroom. Om Bhagavate. Now place your Panchapatram far away so as to not disturb you as we get into our first stretches for warming up our body. As we get into Nithyananda Yoga today, start by rotating your ankles in a deep circular motion, giving yourself a nice stretch. Keep your spine straight as you rotate your ankles in a deep circular motion. And the opposite side. Now point your toes and flex them back. Point your toes, flex them back. Point your toes, flex them back. Point your toes and flex them. Okay. Now come out to a standing position with your hands on your knees and start to rotate your knees in a deep circular motion. Giving yourself a nice stretch over here. And in the opposite direction. Give yourself a nice stretch. And coming up to a standing position with your hands on your hips. Start to rotate your hips in a nice circular motion, opening them up as wide as you can. Pushing open your hips. And in the opposite direction, give yourself a nice stretch as you do this. This is a warm-up for getting into our yoga today. And now, coming off your knees, bring your hands to your sides and start to rotate nicely. Giving yourself a stretch at the torso, opening up your shoulders and chest, start to rotate side to side. Open up all the muscles in your chest and shoulders. And now bring one hand into a wide circular motion, starting with your right hand. Do it in a wide circular motion, as open as you can, as round as you can. And in the opposite direction, giving yourself a nice stretch. Repeat this on the other hand now. Using your left hand, open up your hand in wide circles. And in the opposite direction, opening up your shoulders. Now moving on to your neck. Start to rotate your neck in a perfect wide circle, giving yourself a stretch. And turn your head in the opposite direction now. Giving your shoulders, your neck, everything a nice stretch. And relax.
And with that, we're now going to be entering into our first asana for today, which is Prankasana. Let's warm up our body, get ready with the preliminary stretches, asanas, strengthening exercises to master Prankasana. Just before we enter into those stretches, let us first show you how Prankasana is done. In Prankasana, you'll be stretching your feet outwards with your hands beside your body, pushing your body up and lifting your feet up. That's how Prankasana is done. And let's now enter into those stretches and exercises. So the first exercise we're going to be doing to master Prankasana, we are going to be lifting up, we're going to be stretching your legs out. Sit comfortably in this position with your legs stretched out. You can either place your hands beside your body or on top of your knees. Any place is fine. And in this position, you're going to be lifting up one leg at a time. So you can choose one leg, either your left or right leg. Preferably to start with your right leg. You're going to be lifting it up towards the sky a little bit and then lowering it down without touching the ground. You can see how it's done. Without touching the ground, you're going to be lowering it. You can also see from a side angle how it's done properly. So the leg is lifted up without touching the ground. There's a gap still between, and then it's lifted up again. So this is how the exercise is done. What this exercise will do is, it will strengthen your thigh muscles to be able to hold up in Prankasana. As when you're holding up in Prankasana, you need a lot of strength in your arms and your thigh muscles to be able to hold your body suspended in the air like that. So we're going to be doing this exercise for the count of 5 Mahavakyas. Start up, prepare yourself, keep your body in a comfortable position, and let us start it. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Very good. Slowly relax. That was the exercise. Hope all of you are able to feel that deep exercise in your thigh muscles. All around your thighs, mainly above, on the thigh muscles above. And also a little bit towards the sides. We can now do this on the left side for another count of 5 Mahavakyas. Make sure as you're doing this, you're taking the deep breaths. When you take those deep breaths, you'll be bringing your awareness to the muscles and exercising them in the right way. The moment you bring your awareness to any part of your body, you are doing the best for that part of the body. So bring your awareness to your thigh muscles. Take those few deep breaths. Fill your lungs completely with air and then exhale. Let us start now on the other side for the count of 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So relax. Here's a good stretch. You can just lean forward a bit, catching your toes. Get a bit of a stretch in the asana. You can catch your legs in Pavanamuktasana for a moment or two. Only in Pavanamuktasana, even Pavanamuktasana. This will help stretch your thighs out, the muscles you just now exercise. And now for the next part of Trikhasana, we need to strengthen our arms to hold in Trikhasana. So we are going to be doing Matsyasana 2. In master holding our arms in Trikhasana, bringing that strength for our arms. In Matsyasana 2, you'll be stretching your legs out behind, holding on your hands. You can do two versions of this now. For those of you who are not able to do what, we'll just show you what's Matsyasana 2 first, once, and then we'll explain the two versions of Matsyasana 2 for you. So Matsyasana 2, your legs will be stretched out in a plank position, and you're going to push down towards the ground and lift up. This is how Matsyasana 2 is there. Now, for those of you who cannot do the complete Matsyasana 2, a slightly easier, lower impact version of Matsyasana 2 would be to bend your knees to the ground and lift your legs facing up and push down. This is how you can do Matsyasana 2. So like this, we'll be doing for the count of 3 Mahavakyas, just enough to strengthen your arms a bit. When you strengthen your arms, it will be much more easier for you to hold in Trikhasana. So prepare yourself. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So let's do another round of Matsyasana 2 as well, giving a good strengthening set for our arms. This time we'll be going to extend it a bit for 5 Mahavakyas. Okay? So let's start.
And also in Matsyasana 2, one more way you can do to strengthen your arms is, some of you need to see if you're able to do. Okay, so what you're able to do, see what comes with your hands, what is strengthening your hands more. There are two versions. One is you can push your hand behind. One is you can push your hand behind, and the other is pushing your hand outwards. So based on whichever comes easier for you, you can do that. And let us know if you're able to doing Matsyasana 2.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Slowly relax.
So that gives us a very good exercise in Matsyasana 2. You can stretch your hands out a bit. Loosening your hands out after doing Matsyasana 2. You can push your arm, dropping your hand behind your shoulder, behind your back. Stretch it. In the nice stretch, And let's now enter into doing the next preparatory asana for Matsyasana 2, which is Paschimottanasana. So in Paschimottanasana, you'll be getting that stretch. You see, in Prankasana, you'll be getting a certain stretch while doing Prankasana because you're lifting up your body and you're bending forward and lifting up your body a bit. So to get that stretch in form doing Prankasana, you will need to open up your back muscles and your leg muscles a bit. So let's now enter into doing Paschimottanasana. In Paschimottanasana, first you will stretch your legs out, stretch your hands forward, trying to catch your toes first. That's the first step of Paschimottanasana. Once you have caught your toes, stay in this position, take a few deep breaths. Hold over there. Take 3 deep breaths. Very good. Now, slowly lower your body down, trying to bring your head to your knees. Trying to bring your forehead to your knees. One more thing you can do is you can catch the bottom of your heels to get that stretch. For it to be easier, if you're not having enough of a grip on your toes, you can catch the bottom of your heels over here and try to bring it forward. You can see this from a side angle too, how it is done properly. So you're catching your heels and you're trying to bring your forehead to your knees as much as possible. What you can do is you can hold in one position, how much ever you're able to first of all. First, how much ever you're able to do, hold in that position. Once you're in that position, just slowly bounce forward as much as possible. Bouncing. That will slowly loosen up your muscle. Like how when you put a tension like this over here. Slowly it will bend more until you are able to touch your forehead to your knees. So hold over that, bending forward. And one more very important part of Paschimottanasana is when you're bending forward, you're not bending your back. If you bend your back, you see it will be very limited. The stretch will be very limited, and the way you're able to come down completely will be very limited. You need to keep your back straight and bend from your torso downwards. Only when you do that, you'll be able to bring your forehead more towards the ground. So stretch your body out nicely in this asana. Let us hold for the count of 5 Mahavakyas. Nicely stretch. You can rock back and forth, trying to open up your muscles. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Come on, you push more. Stretch more than you can. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax. That give us a very good stretch to master Prankasana. So now let us enter into doing Prankasana itself. How to do Prankasana? We'll be going step by step for us to master Prankasana. The first step to master Prankasana would be to place your hands beneath your body, beneath your torso. Place your hands and try to push yourself a bit up. Like that. Your feet are still on the ground, only your upper body is lifting up. Your upper body is lifting up from the ground. Yourself up, all over there. So you can do this for the count. You're going to lift up, hold for 3 seconds, put it back down. Lift up, hold for 3 seconds, and place back. So give you a sort of like an exercise to hold in Prankasana. Lift up, ekam, dve, trini, place back down. Again lift up, Ekam, Dve, Trini, place that down. One last set, lift up, Ekam, Dve, Trini, place back. So we need to keep some strength for us to also do Prankasana. And let us now enter into the next part of Prankasana. Now in Prankasana, you're actually going to be lifting your feet off the ground completely. So what you can use to help you is, you can keep two blocks, yoga blocks or anything as such, to place your feet on top of to start with. You can place it based on the height which is comfortable for you, place it in that same height. When you place these yoga blocks, your feet are already lifted up and you're only lifting up your upper body now. So this will give you that sort of strength. But over here, you're not just going to be using the blocks for the support. You're going to try to slowly. One very important part of Prankasana is catching your butt, the hip, the complete place over there with your hands. It's going to be catching it tightly over there. Under, you're going to try to keep your hands as close as possible under your body. In Prankasana, your hands are going to be as close as possible under your body and you're going to be lifting up over there. So what happens is your hands become a sort of like a lock, holder around your body, which helps the body stay lifted up with your hand strength. So that's why we did a lot of preparatory exercises where we made our hands very strong, our hands strength a lot, such that when we do Prankasana, we'll have that strength, that force needed to lift off. So we'll now be entering into doing Prankasana together. In Prankasana, you'll be performing the Ujjayi Pranayama. The Ujjayi Pranayama involves inhaling deeply, then when exhaling, you will constrict your throat a bit and making the sound of an ocean exhale. Hope all of you are understanding it. Inhaling and while exhaling, constricting your throat a bit, making the sound of an ocean. That is how the Ujjayi Kumbhaka is done. And you'll be visualizing yourself as a cradle. The visualization in this asana is of a cradle. Performing the Mula Bandha, which is sealing your perineal floor, chanting the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam, and doing the Shambhavi Mudra, which is irrespective of whether your eyes are open or closed, you're going to be moving your awareness inwards, bringing it towards your inner space. The awareness, bringing it to your inner space. It's very important you do all these 12 components as you do Prankasana, because Prankasana is not just the asana part of it. Each asana in Nithyananda Yoga involves all these 12 components. Each component is as important as doing the asana itself. So make sure you're doing all of these pranayama, the visualization, the bandha, the japa, and the mudra as you do Prankasana. And with that, let us now enter into doing Prankasana itself. So come to the proper position in Prankasana, keeping your hands beside your body. And let us now lift off in Prankasana. Prankhavat sthitva पादाग्रे मस्तके परिणीत्वा पृष्ठिभागे भूमौ निधाय तिष्ठेत्. Very good. You can slowly relax now from Prankasana.
With that, we'll be entering into the next asana that we're going to be looking at today, which is Baddhakeki asana. So Baddhakeki asana is going to be a very beautiful asana to strengthen our core muscles and also find our balance. To start off with, we'll be starting with mastering. We'll be showing you how to do Baddhakeki asana, before we get into it step by step. So in Baddha asana, you will be sitting first in Padmasana. In Padmasana, you will be lifting your body onto your hands. Lifting your body onto your hands and balancing on your hands. Placing your elbows in your navel center. So this is how you will be doing Baddha asana. Slowly relax. Take a deep breath. And let's now get started into how you can master this for yourself. Now, as you would have noticed, there are two components of it. The first component is the Padmasana. The second component is the balance. So first we'll be mastering the Padmasana before moving on to looking at the balance. In the balance position, it's all about your arm strength, wrist strength, especially in your arms, and the ability you have to tighten your core. So mainly we'll be working on these two. First, let's start with our legs. Start to bring one leg up. Bring your left leg up towards your chest, like this. So try to pull your leg as close to your chest as possible and start to rock your leg back and forth. Give yourself a nice stretch here, rocking your leg back and forth. And then place your leg on the opposite thigh. The first step of Padmasana is about placing your leg on the opposite thigh. Now, when you put your leg on the opposite thigh, one of the things you might notice is your knee is immediately raised up high. So try to push your knee consciously with the force of your hand, slightly leaning forward to help you to push your knee to the ground. Bring your knee to the ground and hold in Ardha Padmasana now for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. If at all you still find your knees raised, take this time to continue to push it towards the ground. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Relax. Repeating the same thing on the other leg. Now pick up your right leg and start to rock it back and forth, first at chest level. What this will do is it will open up and loosen the muscles in your leg. Rock here for a few more seconds, opening it up as wide as you can, increasing your range of motion. Bring it to the opposite thigh. And again here now, hold it, pushing your knee lower and lower for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. And relax now. Now you're going to be trying to do the full Padmasana position. Remember, the way Padmasana works when it comes to any asana in Nithyananda Yoga, there will be tips and tricks to help you. But the only thing that will make you master the asana is constantly doing it again and again and again, being authentic towards it. Because beautifully Swamiji says, when Krishna reveals yoga karma kaushalam, it means yoga is authenticity in action. In your actions, in your movements, when you be completely authentic, yoga will simply manifest through you. So now bring one foot to the opposite side. See, when you initially start off, you may find it hard. So what you can do is first bring your leg to the knee. So first bring the first leg. When you're bending it, bring it to your knee initially. And from here, try to drag it backwards up your thigh. So instead of trying to directly bring your extended foot out upwards to the thigh, which might be harder, try to first bring it to your knee, push the knee of the bent foot towards the ground, and then drag it up your knee to your thigh. So when you do this, you will find it actually easier to do the asana. Repeat this on the other side. Extend your left leg and now bring your right leg to the knee. Push the right knee towards the ground with one hand, and with your left hand, pull your right foot up your thigh. Perfect. Now from here, you can bring the other leg on top as well. So now this leg is going to go on top of the opposite thigh. Again, you can go slowly. First, keep your focus on keeping both your knees to the ground. This is a very important step. Making sure both your knees are constantly on the ground is a very important step of Baddhakyasana and Padmasana in general. Now pulling the opposite leg above the thigh as high as you can. Take a few seconds. We'll be holding Padmasana for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas. Take the time to lean slightly forward, straightening your hips, which will help you allow your knees to lower to the ground. When you keep your back straight and slightly bent forward, when the weight shifts forward, it becomes easier for your knees to go towards the ground. Let's hold this for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas now. Om Nithyananda Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Slowly relax now. The next step you're going to do now to strengthen your Padmasana. In Baddhakyasana, you'll be bringing your body parallel to the floor. And therefore, your Padmasana, now when we did it, we lean slightly forward, which makes it easier. But when you lean backwards, when you try to bring your body into a straight line, your torso in a straight line with your thighs, it will become much difficult. So we need to practice that by doing Matsyasana. Bring your feet to your opposite thighs. Now, when you bring your feet to your opposite thighs, use both your hands to hold on to the toes. So hold on to the respective toes with both your hands and then slowly lean backward. Now, when you lean backward, first bring your elbows to the ground. Keep your hands on your toes because the immediate tendency will be for your feet to slip off the thighs, which we do not want. So, keeping your hands on your toes, first bring your elbows to the ground before coming to a complete lying down position. One thing you might notice, your knees come up completely straight up the minute you do this asana. And from here, now you have to put the effort pushing the muscles to lower your knees towards the ground. Continue to hold on to your toes so that your Padmasana doesn't come out. Once you're comfortably rested here. Now, if there are some of you who feel you cannot do Padmasana, both your legs are not going to the opposite thighs, you can do Ardha Padmasana, just one leg under the other. Come to a complete lying down position and stay here for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Slowly now come back up to a seated position. Take a moment to stretch out your legs and loosen them up. Take a few seconds now to loosen your legs out. getting into the balancing part of it now. So first we'll be showing you how the exact position of the wrists, hands, etc. need to be for you to do Baddha. So just come to a kneeling position on the ground on your fours, your knees and your hands on the ground. And from here we're going to show you how your hand has to be. Take your hand and turn it around backwards. Okay, this is the first step. Your palm fingers have to be facing backwards and place it on the ground straight under your shoulder. So keep your arm in a straight line to your shoulder and your palms facing backwards. So do not keep your palms towards the side or towards the front, but rather keep it completely facing backwards. Do that with both your hands. And from here, so this is the first step. All of you please practice this once and let's hold this for 5 Mahavakyas because it's a very important step. If you do not have the wrist flexibility or strength to hold your weight like this, you will find it very difficult to do Bhadraketyasana. So slightly leaning forward, putting your weight on your wrist and holding it for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Now let's move on to the next step of Baddha. Take a moment to loosen out your wrists now. You can take a moment, loosen your wrists before coming back into the same position. Now in this position, you're going to be bending your elbows backwards. Now the key is, one thing mistake I've seen many people do when you do Baddha is, when you bend your elbows backwards, you try to rest it on the center of your stomach. This will not work out. If you rest your elbows, so just show you from a front angle. When you bring your elbows to your stomach, do not put it in the center of your navel because that is a softer part of your stomach, and when you put your weight over that, it will cause a strain. First thing, tighten your stomach. So now in this position, tighten your stomach and bring your elbows to the side of your hips where the bones are, where it is much stronger and stable. So take a moment, feel it. Feel the way the center of your stomach is quite actually weak, while the sides are strong. So when you do Baddha, you're going to be bringing your elbows to the side of your hips and not the center of your navel. The next step is about the height. Now you're not going to bring it to the same height as where your belly button is, neither at the side nor at the center. You're going to be leaning forward. So as you do it, you're going to be hunching your back. Hunch your back slightly and pull your torso forward. So you'll be seeing your back will be hunched and your torso will be brought completely forward such that your elbows reach your hip bone. Feel your hip bone. That is where you're going to be keeping your elbows. Okay? Now we're going to be putting 2 and 2 together, doing the Padmasana in this position. So first bring your legs into Padmasana. Raise up onto your knees. From that, lean forward and down onto your elbows. Once you're balanced in the right position, slowly try to lift your knees off the ground. So initially you may find you'll rest your face on the ground, lift your knees up, and then start to lift your head as well. So try to keep your body in a perfectly straight position, tucking your hips inwards in Baddha. In Baddha, you're going to be visualizing yourself as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Visualizing yourself as Swamiji himself. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, deep inhalation and exhalation. Clench your perineum in the Mula Bandha. The clenching of your perineum will help you make your body straight, in a straight line. Do the Shambhavi Mudra, where your gaze, although your eyes are open, it's completely inside. Your complete awareness is only internal. And in this asana, we're going to be doing the japa of Om Nithyananda Mahasadashivoham. So let's now finish this asana. Now come up onto your knees. Bring your elbows into your navel center and lift your feet, your knees, high up off the ground in Baddha Keki Asana. Balance there. धरामवष्टभ्यकरद्वयेन तत्कूर्परिस्थापितनाभिपार्श्वः उच्चासनो दण्डवदुत्थितखे मायूरमेतत् प्रवदन्ति पीठम् मयूरं पद्मकं कुर्यात् बद्धकेकीति कथ्यते. And slowly relax. As we get into the next asana for today, which is Chakorasana.
Let us prepare ourselves to enter into doing Chakorasana now. In Chakorasana, we are again going to be using our hands as a very deep strengthening. We're going to get a very deep strength for our hands and a nice deep stretch for our legs. So we're again going to be using both our hands and our legs in Chakorasana. We'll just be showing you first how to do Chakorasana once. So in Chakorasana, one leg will be behind the head and the other leg stretched out. Both the hands beside the body and lifting up. This is how Chakorasana is done. The first stretching exercise, preparatory exercise we are going to be doing to master Chakorasana is Bhadrasana. So bring both your feet together and push your knees as much as possible towards the ground. One way you can do it is to flap your knees. So you can flap your knees, trying to bring them to the ground. You can keep it at a comfortable distance, however much is easiest for you, pushing it more away from your thighs or towards your thighs, whichever is easier, your legs. And you'll now be holding in this position for the count of 5 Mahavakyas. So prepare yourself. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Just one last one. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. So that give us a very good stretch in Bhadrasana. Try to bring the Bhadrasana more closer towards your perineum now. One thing you can do is you can bend your back forward, keeping it straight. This will help bring that deep stretch to your body. Hold over here. Now try to bring your feet closer. Bending your back. Slowly bending your back completely forward towards the ground, your forehead to the ground. So you'll see here in Bhadrasana, you'll get a very deep stretch to master Chakorasana. especially the part where you're placing your leg behind your head. Over here, you can hold over here in Bhadrasana with your head bent forward for the count of another 5 Mahavakyas. Consciously bring your awareness. The more and more you bring your awareness, you're coming to that space of easiness in this asana. It will bring the space of easiness, and very simply, you will be able to manifest anything you want through your body. Hold over here. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax. Come back up. So that gives us a very, very good stretch in Bhadrasana. You can hold over here, and now we are going to be entering into the next part of Chakorasana. In Chakorasana, we are going to be placing our leg behind our head. So you can lift your leg up, first bringing it outside your shoulder. Place your leg on the outside of your shoulder. You can place your leg on the outside of your shoulder, which will help you get the stretch needed to place your leg behind your head. You can first do this with your right leg now, placing it outside your shoulder, opening up your shoulder, giving that deep stretch to your leg. You can place it as high as possible on your shoulder. This will give you a very good stretch. Okay. You can relax over here and then bring your leg towards your face. Bring your leg as high as possible to your face. Slowly trying to push it towards your ear and opening up your leg. One more asana now you can do also in this position is Mahamudrasana. Mahamudrasana will help you again get a deeper stretch over here for you to be able to place your leg properly behind your head. So you can come with one leg stretched out, the other leg towards your perineum, and bend forward and hold your toes in Mahamudrasana. This will give you a very deep stretch for your leg. Hold over here with your face trying to come towards your leg, with your forehead coming towards your knee, bending forward. Let us hold in Mahamudrasana for the count of 5 Mahavakyas, getting a good stretch. If you have a partner, you can request the partner's help to push your back as you do Mahamudrasana. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax from Mahamudrasana, stretching the next leg outwards and towards your shoulder, opening up your left leg also. So your left leg, you're bringing it to your shoulder now and opening it up. Press it with your shoulder a bit behind. When you bring it to your shoulder, try to press it a little bit behind, giving it a nice stretch. Very good. Now lift up your leg towards your face, front of your face. Giving it another stretch as high as possible. And then stretch it out into Mahamudrasana. Again, getting that deep stretch for you to be able to do Chakorasana. So bend forward in Mahamudrasana. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So relax from Mahamudrasana. We will now be entering into the few steps which we'll be doing Chakorasana itself with. So in Chakorasana, first you're going to be bringing your leg behind your head. Hold your right leg. There are two ways to bring your leg behind your head. In the first way, you'll be lifting your leg over your head and placing it. Now, one very important part while doing this is you need to bring your leg to your shoulder. If you're using your right leg, you need to bring it to your left shoulder. It is not just about bringing it behind your neck, but to your shoulder. It's a very important part is to bring it to your shoulder. Only that will give you the stability in this asana. If you bring it just behind your neck, it will immediately fall off in a few seconds. So you need to bring it to your shoulder over here. And hold it. Hold over here for the count of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Then give a very good stretch again. Now you're going to be stretching one leg outwards, one leg bent, entering into the preliminary parts of Chakorasana. So you can keep one leg on your shoulder for starting off with one leg stretched out, and you're going to try to lift off the ground over here to master Chakorasana. So keep the one leg stretched out and keep your right leg above your palm and just lift up and come down. You can see this from a side angle too. We're just going to be lifting off the ground and then putting it back down. That's all. So you can try this a few times, 1 or 2 times with both your legs, your left leg and your right leg. You're only going to be keeping your leg on your shoulder for now and lifting off. Very good. Slowly relax here. So we'll now be entering into doing Chakorasana together. In Chakorasana, you're going to be performing the Sahaja Kumbhaka. The Sahaja Kumbhaka is just normally inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Nothing else. Do not do it through your mouth, it's only through your nose. Just normally inhaling and exhaling. You're going to be visualizing yourself as a chakra. A chakra. As part of your body, the chakras are all in alignment in Chakorasana. So visualize yourself as the chakra. Perform the Mula Bandha, which is sealing your perineal floor. And in Chakorasana, you're going to be gazing to your third eye. in Chakorasana. So bring your awareness to your third eye with your eyes facing towards your third eye in Chakorasana. Chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham and perform the Shambhavi Mudra, which is bringing your awareness inwards towards your inner space. Bring your body to the easiness. You need to bring your body to the easiness in Chakorasana. For us to understand, now in Nithyananda Yoga, we have various components. It is not just the asana part as modern yoga does it, because that's a very diluted form of yoga. But as per the original yoga revived by Paramashiva, revealed by Paramashiva and now revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, Nithyananda Yoga has 12 components. All these 12 components are important for yoga, actually for real yoga to even happen, for you to merge with the divine consciousness. Just the asana part is not enough. It is like in a car, just the shell of the car, the outer part of the car alone is the asana. But the gear, the clutch, the fuel, the ignition, all of these are the various components, the japa, the bantha, the pranayama of Nithyananda Yoga. It is very important you have all of these components for the car to actually run. You cannot just run the car without the wheels or without the brake. All of this is not possible. So, for us to actually do real yoga, we need all of these components. Just doing the asana part is not at all yoga. So, to understand more and more about yoga and its various components, true yoga, what is the difference between normal gym, fitness, training, etc., versus yoga? We have linked a webinar in the description, which you can click on and watch, and which will help you understand the complete components and the complete yoga revealed by Paramashiva and being revived now by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. You can watch the webinar and understand clearly what is yoga. And with that, now we'll enter into doing Chakorasana together. Prepare yourself to enter into Chakorasana. And let's now hold Chakorasana together, chanting the pramana. Urvatanam chatushpada vajrasanam tatha chakorakrauncha shalabham bhujangamapi vrischikam. Slowly relax.
With that, entering into our next asana for today, which is Urdhva Kukutasana. So let's first show you how to do this asana. In Urdhva Kukutasana 2, you'll be raising up, bringing your legs into Padmasana again, and raising up onto your legs, onto your knees, balancing with your elbows in your navel center. And lift in with your elbows. You're going to bring your knees to your elbows and you're going to be lifting your knees high up your arms in Urdhva Kukutasana. So now let's look at how you can master this for yourself. Urdhva Kukutasana is a very powerful asana which needs a lot of core strength and arm strength. Now this core strength can only be built by doing it again and again and again by working on these asanas. To first start off mastering Urdhva Kukutasana, we're going to start with a more simpler variation of it, which is Urdhva Padmasana, which is Urdhva Kukutasana 1. So this is an advanced variation of Urdhva Kukutasana. We're going to start with a simple variation of Urdhva Kukutasana, Urdhva Kukutasana 1, where you're going to be in a Padmasana position. So we learned earlier how to do Padmasana. Push your legs into Padmasana. One fun thing you can do, if any of you want to challenge yourself, feel that Padmasana comes easy for you, take a moment and try to bring your legs into Padmasana without the support of your hands. So keep your hands off the ground, off your feet, and Bring both your feet to the opposite thighs in Padmasana. Now again, this is one of the things that you may not see it come immediately, but when you do it constantly, practice it, you will catch the knack of it and you'll simply be able to do it. Okay? So let's do it one more time, bringing your legs into Padmasana without the support of your hands. Try your best. Now bring your legs into Padmasana. Perfect. So now doing Urdhva Kukutasana 1, the first variation of Urdhva Kukutasana, you're going to be bringing your hands by the side of your hips. And from here, you're going to be lifting off the ground. Whether lifting your hips, knees, everything off the ground. So you might find it easier to first lift your hips off the ground and then bringing your knees up. Relax. So now let's hold this Urdhva Kukutasana initial level for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. If you want, you can take the support of a block or a higher platform. Initially, you can keep it under your hands so that you get more height, which makes it easier for you to lift up and off the ground. When you bring your hands to the blocks, you'll gain more height, straightening your body up, which will help you balance off the ground. Another thing, for those of you who feel that you do not have the wrist or arm strength to lift yourselves, you can sit on the higher platform. You can sit on the blocks, giving yourself the initial boost. And then bringing your hands to the ground, it will become easier for you to lift your knees off the ground. So initially you can start off with just balancing here before shifting your weight onto your hands and seeing how it is to balance here. Now let's hold Urdhva Kukutasana for the chant of 5 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. And slowly relax. This is the initial strengthening you need. Now, another way of doing this is mastering Kanipavasana. Because in Kanipavasana, you will be bringing your weight in the same way onto your wrists, except without your legs in Padmasana. For Kanipavasana, come onto your feet, keeping your arms completely straight. Try to bring your knees into your armpit. So try to bring your knees up as high as you can, slightly leaning forward. Make sure that you have some support underneath so that you do not by mistake hurt yourself, but push your weight forward and lift your feet off the ground. One thing that you can also do is keep your feet initially itself on a higher level, on a block, on a brick, so that when you start off itself, it's easier for you. So keep your legs initially at a higher level, and from there, lean forward and lift your feet off. So here, now the key for this part is try to do the same thing with your hands completely straight. The more straight you keep your hands, the more the weight is going to be held by your core, which is what we want to be able to master Urdhva Kukutasana 2. So place your hands on the ground, your knees into your armpits, and keeping your hands straight, try to shift your weight as forward as you can, balancing on your wrists. Holding here for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Slowly relax. One more thing now that will help you to master this is strengthening the core and the arms. So come into a Tarakshvasana position, lowering your forearms to the ground. So from the Tarakshvasana position, lower your forearms to the ground, lifting your hips up into a straight line. Now remember here, when you lift your hips up, your hips should neither be too high up, nor should they be too low. They should be in a complete straight line. So tuck your hips in. Bring your shoulders above the arm level. So make sure your arms and your shoulders are in a straight line. And let's hold it here now for the chant of 5 Mahavakya. Keep your body straight. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. And relax. That would have given you an extremely powerful arm strengthening exercise. Take a few seconds to loosen up your shoulders. And now let's get into Urdhva Kukutasana. Now let's do Urdhva Kukutasana. Bring your feet to the opposite thighs. Place your hands on the ground and start to raise your knees off the back of your elbows. So keep your palms on the ground, getting into the full Urdhva Kukutasana 2 position. Try to use the support of your elbows to raise your knees up and off the ground. In this asana, you're going to visualize yourself as a rooster, doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, inhaling and exhaling with the sound of an ocean, clenching your perineum with the japa of Om Nithyananda Paramashivam, Shambhavi Mudra, awareness inwards although the eyes are open, in Urdhva Kukutasana. Lift up and off the ground. ऊर्ध्व कुक्कुटवासिष्ठ मरीचिहल मत्स्यकम् परिवृत्तं चोदरस्य विविधं धनुरासनम्. And relax. Now we're going to be showing you some advanced variations of the asanas that we saw today.
So the first variation we saw was in Chaturasana, keeping our leg behind our head. So these are some of the advanced variations we have been practicing and doing. We just wanted to show it to all of you.
So for this asana, basically you'll be bringing one leg behind your head. So all of you can attempt it also and see how far you are able to get as you're doing it. This is just some things that we have been practicing to take yoga to the next level. So bring one leg behind your neck as we usually do it in the Ekapadasana, in Chakorasana. But here you're going to try to bring your foot lower on your back. Now trying to bring it as low as you can down your back. As you can see here, the foot is no longer resting at shoulder level, but it has gone completely down towards the lower part of the back. So as you can see here, this is the advanced variation of the asana. You can try to do this for yourself. So from your shoulder, trying to bring it down your back. So let's all try to do it together and see how far deep down we're able to go. Bringing your leg behind your shoulders. So try to bring your leg below your shoulders and see how far down you're able to get. Beautiful. Let's now do some cool down exercises. To cool down our body, get a nice stretch to every aspect of your body. First, coming into Vajrasana position, leaning forward and down with your hands straight in front of you. Resting here for a few seconds now for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas to get a nice cool down. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Slowly relax. Now, bring your knees out to the side and lean your body between your knees. Try to lean your body in between your knees, keeping your feet outside your hips, bringing your torso completely flat on the ground, stretching your arms out straight. This will also help you to get a much deeper stretch. So stretch your arms out completely, pushing your chest and lower upper body towards the ground completely. Again, let's hold here for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Slowly relax. Come back up to a seated position. Taking a few seconds to open up your wrists, since we did a lot of balancing asanas today. Take a few seconds to rotate your wrists, opening them up nicely. And in the opposite direction. Giving it a nice stretch. Open up your shoulders as well. Bringing one hand behind your neck. Dropping it to the center of your back. Hold it here for the chant of 3 Mahavakyas. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Giving a stretch for your opposite shoulder as well. Pushing it down. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Relax your hands. Let's take a few moments to stretch our legs out as well. So bring your legs in front of you and try to spread them out as wide apart as you can, just in a way that is comfortable. So you don't need to try to stretch them out too much, but just stretching them out a bit till you're comfortable, keeping your back straight to get a light relaxation stretch for your legs as well. You can, in this position, you can flex your toes and point them. Point your toes and flex your toes. Pointing your toes as deep as you can and then flexing them back. Loosening up the legs. For the chant of 3 Mahavakyas again. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Okay, now loosen the sides of your body by coming onto one knee, bringing your elbow to the ground and stretching your arm overhead. Get a nice stretch here. Pushing yourself down and repeating this on the other side as well. After you get a nice stretch on one side, you can repeat it on the other leg. Coming to another side, stretching your hand over your head, feeling the stretch in your torso. Come to a regular seated position. And from here, you can take a few seconds to twist your torso as well by bringing your hand to the opposite thigh and pushing. Feeling the stretch in your side of your abdomen and repeating this on the other side as well. Giving yourself a nice stretch. As we have been doing Nithyananda Yoga today, request each and every one of you to please post your experiences in the live chat in the comment section. How was the experience of yoga today? Did you have any breakthroughs? Do share with us the breakthroughs you had, and wherever you felt stuck as well. If you share it, we can help you, guide you through it, and make you master each and every one of these asanas. Remember, Nithyananda Yoga is all about manifesting your ultimate. It's about manifesting the divine through you, which is what you will see start happening the more and more you do Nithyananda Yoga. So now let us enter into the Shavasana. Come to a lying down position on your yoga mat. Keep your palms by your side, legs stretched out, visualizing yourself as Paramashiva resting in Samadhi. Let your whole body relax. Do not hold any tension in your legs, in your hands, in your spine, neck. Just relax everything. Do the Shakti Chalan Mudra. Feel the Kundalini energy traveling throughout your body with the japa of Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham reverberating in your inner space. slowly start to move your hands and legs. Come up to a seated position. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You have successfully completed today's Nithyananda Yoga. Hope all of you had an amazing experience. Do share with us. Don't forget to check out the link in the description below to understand more deeper, powerful truths on why you need to do yoga, what the greater science is, and also sign up for the Paramashiva Sena 30-day free program that Swamiji is offering, where you can experience your ultimate, where you can become an ambassador of Paramashiva, knowing the real science of how to live life. Let us now offer our gratitude at the feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Paduka. Om Nithyanandam. Nithyanandam, everyone. Thank you for joining. Hope to see each and every one of you tomorrow as well.